Has Dead by Daylight been absolutely miserable for you? Because for me, the last like 3 weeks, maybe even a month, DBD has been at an all-time low. I think for different people to be for different reasons. I mean, the constant bad maps is undeniable at this point. The pallet density for killers is horrible, especially for the lower tier that's not like super high A or S tier. And then of course the infamous rift or lack thereof has been pretty tough. I just kind of wanted to rant today because it's been kind of hard for me to play Dead by Daylight lately. And as always with these videos, I don't really have a script. I just kind of like talk off the dome, have bullet points on my computer, and just kind of go from there and ramble for about 10 to 15 minutes. So the constant bad maps, man, this is like incredibly tough because not only are you getting bad maps, but you're also getting the pallet density to the bad maps. Like Badham Preschool did not need pallet density, man, but let's just stick on the bad maps entirely. Yesterday I played 3 games. I only played 3 games because I couldn't take it anymore. And what's funny is I didn't lose. I think I got a 2K, a 3K, and a 3K. So like I didn't technically lose. I think I gave a hatch on one of them. I'm not joking. I got RPD, Larry's, the game. Okay. And luckily, I think I played the Unknown, Krisu, and then Vecna, if I'm not mistaken, because I was trying out Deerstalker on Vecna. It was fine, whatever. I've seen people post about it, so I thought I'd give it a go. And I think I got RPD with Unknown, and that's when I got my 2K, if I'm not mistaken. I might be getting that mixed up. That was yesterday. It's currently 6 a.m. in the morning as we record this. Okay, but I feel like within the last 2 weeks, I would say, like, I feel like I'm just getting every bad map possible. The worst part about the bad map is, like, even if you don't get the bad maps, you're getting the pallet density maps, and then it just feels even worse, man. Like, I will say I think the only one that truly needed the pallet density the way that they implemented it was Haddonfield. I think having more fillers in the middle makes total sense. Is it tough to play around? Yeah, as killer, but that map was just so killer sided. I think that was like truly the one map that needed it. Then like all these fillers around the edge of the map, I'm not a big fan of them. But the pallet density, I guess we'll just go ahead and ramble on into that, segue into that. Dude, it is brutal, man. If you're not playing, you know, I've been playing a lot of Krisu since her release, and luckily, you know, obviously, you know, I bring dissolution to counteract the pallet density, so I don't have 35 pallets on the map still down because I can't break in head form, which, if you don't know, if you haven't seen any of my Krisu videos, just let me kick pallets and stop and get rid of the scamper. Let me kick pallets in head mode, in my opinion, whatever. But the pallet density, man, it just feels horrible right now. And like it's just and like, you know what the biggest thing is? Like, the pallets outside of Shack are unbelievably tough, dude, because you just have, like, I feel like on almost all maps that got pallet density love, it's just two, you know, like, let's just say, I don't know, let's take Ormond, for example, I guess. You could have 2 pallets right outside of the, I don't even know if Ormond is a part of it, but I know I just played an Ormond game recently that I can think of, and, like, the pallets around Shack are so strong, dude. Like, there was one, so it's like the window was facing into the map, not to the outside, and then it had a double rock pallet into a jungle gym, into a filler tree rock pallet, into another jungle gym, dude. It was absurd. And like, the pallet density should just be reverted, man, because like, if you really think about it, are most people going to try to win the game? Yes. Are most people going to play better killers? Yes. Why is that though? Because of maps. Maps are I just have to rant, dude. Maps are what kill this game so unbelievably hard. You would think, what, 9 years in, or almost 9 years in, whatever we're at this point, we would have map balancing and maps down, like figuring out the way to make them. No, not the case at all, dude. It is unbelievable how bad maps are in Dead by Daylight, and that's like essentially what, like, if I, like, I should not be able to play pick a certain killer, and because I get a certain map, I'm pretty much like battling uphill. That's bad game design, dude. And the pallet density has just made it absolutely miserable. I have been like I've been truly dreading playing DBD. Really, it's been incredibly tough, and I haven't had that issue. And dude, I don't know, since the first time I stopped playing DBD, maybe back in like 2018, up until I picked it up and started making content again like 3 years ago, whatever. But it has been brutal, man, because I've been playing constantly for a while now, like I said, like 3 years or so. And dude, it is just not fun at the moment. And then we have this new V perk, and then you bring, what is it? It's the new V perk, Vigil, Sprint Burst, Lightweight. Dude, the scratch marks are already a problem in Dead by Daylight for me anyway. I think they delay too long whenever survivors are actually running, and you bring that perk or that build on top of it, it is tough. And then I don't know if someone made a video on it or not. I have no idea, but hyper focus is back, baby. Like, holy crap, dude. It's absolutely unbelievable the way you have the builds you're playing against Survivor. And it's not like I'm bringing bad builds. Like, if I'm running Krisu, I'm probably bringing Dissolution, Pain Res, Throw the Hunt maybe, or Undying and Hex Ruin. Like, it's not like I'm like, oh, stop your meta builds, and then I'm bringing a meta build. Like, I'm just kind of running the best build for each specific killer. And I think Dissolution on Krisu is absolutely nuts. It changes the way that survivors have to play her, and I think it's honestly a lot of fun. Survivors definitely don't feel like that, but the Pallet Density, man, it's just, it makes me not want to play any other killer, dude. Like realistically, like, if I'm not playing Krisu, I'm not having a good time, man. It's just like, I feel instead of playing 50-50s and leaving pallets down, I almost feel like I have to kick pallets, because the amount of pallets that are just on maps now is absolutely absurd. And I know I've ranted like 3 or 4 minutes at this point about pallet density, but it is absolutely putting a damper on killers for sure. And I'm a bad Survivor player, and I've been like balling out on Survivor. I've been playing Survivor. That's how you know it's that bad. When was the last time you saw a Survivor video on this channel? A year ago, maybe? Like, I've been playing Survivor because killer's so, like, pretty much unbearable. And then also, while we're just here, I'll go ahead and rant about this. I opened my game, and all of my presets for every killer is reset, and it's just one perk. And then it's like like all of my stuff got preset or reset. So my Krisu Hex build, gone. All my preset names, which I think is such a cool add-on, or such a cool feature into Dead by Daylight, being able to change your preset names, like if you're playing COD. What a phenomenal change. It doesn't even barely work. I swear half the time when I open the game, all my names are changed, but now, like, everything's reset. I played Krisu yesterday, so I was able to actually redo my build. But if I go to any killer, this is my new build. All my favorite builds, gimmick builds, I have to re-put in. And honestly, I'm not going to until after the event, because I don't want it to freaking reset. That's just another thing, dude. The bugs have been absolutely absurd with the game at the moment. But it's just tough. I'll stop on that. But next, we got to talk about it. It's the Rift, man. How are we going into the Halloween season? This is like the big ramp up for Dead by Daylight, and I know it doesn't particularly pertain to the Halloween event, which we will get to, but the Rift itself, man, is horrible to say the least. And then Behavior just did one of their normal things where, like, oh, we are sorry, we will do better in the future. What are we even talking about? And not only is the Rift garbanzo beans, dude, they nerfed my boy Dredge with that sick Halloween costume with the the ghost skin or whatever. The concept art was phenomenal. The artist absolutely killed it. And then they made him look like a block of cream cheese or something, dude. It looks horrible. The whole view model thing with the weapon and everything, absolutely horrible. It's incredibly tough, which I do have a theory. I think that because the Rift was so bad and how much backlash Behavior has been getting, I think that's why they fought to bring back the Attack on Titan skins. It's just a theory. Is it correct? Probably not. Maybe so. But I do think that's 100% it. But we'll stop talking about the Rift. I haven't bought it. I'm honestly, this might be the first Rift in years I'm not buying. I think I'm like, like whenever you try to boycott something, you're like, don't pay for it. I think I am, man. I think I'm not going to pay for it. I think it's so lackluster, and you're not getting the blood point. Like, if you were getting I'm talking crazy amount of blood points per level, and they brought down the cosmetics, I guess in theory I could see it. Literally 50k a level BP if it was a BP level or something wild like that, but you're not, so it's like 10k or 5k, whatever it is. And I kind of touched on the nerfing of killers because of the pallet density and the way it seems like the game's kind of going like Asylum, dude. Why has that map not been changed? Why has that map not been shrunk? What are we doing, dude? Oh my god, I could rant forever about the maps in this game, but essentially the way it's going, especially pallet density, it's just like almost like strong arming you into playing higher tier killers rather than somebody fun. Like, I think Dredge is a lot of fun right now. Absolutely horrible. I'm not playing Dredge. Chucky, I think he's a lot of fun. Do I want to try to scamper hit everything? Absolutely not, dude. absolutely freaking ridiculous. And I want to try out Freddy. Actually, I haven't tried since the Pallet Density nerf to see if he got nerfed or like weirdly buffed because of it. Might see a video on that later. I love me some Fredster. He's like easily like high B tier at the moment. The bugs are insane. Which we'll, since we talked on bugs, we'll go ahead and talk about the horrible part of, well, really like the last few months of Dead by Daylight is like the game health operation, or the Operation Game Health, whatever they're calling it, or quality of life operation, whatever it is, has been so bad they've had to do quality of life or game health updates for their game health operation, and it's pushing back the original like game health operation, and it's pushed back content. Like, they have absolutely failed. Like, I don't want that to go under the rug. What they started out with, and I would have to go back, and maybe it's its own separate video, but just me like here at 6 a.m. writing down my bullet point notes. What they started with for the game health and what we've gotten to at this point, oh, there's my alarm to get up for work, has been absolutely dreadful, man. It's just the updates for game health have made the game health worse, and so they've had to like patch essentially the game health, and it's pushed back the game health. It's just, we are in a bad spot. I mean, I'm not joking when I say this. If it took one asymmetrical game, it would take one asymmetrical game to ruin Dead by Daylight if it were to happen like today. I do believe that. I think we are headed in a horrible direction, and I'm just gonna say this: DBD2, hashtag DBD2. That's all I'm gonna say. But we'll get off of that. Haunted by Daylight event, man. I know it's only been out for a day. Okay, wait. 2 days? However long it's been. I think it's been a day. Yeah. Because my games yesterday were in normal queue, and then I played some Haunted by Daylight just to blow off some steam. It's mid, man. And then not only did we get like super low amount of Rift skins, we have barely even cosmetic skins for Haunted by Daylight. You know, Halloween. You know, the game that your game, or the event, the time of year your game revolves around. We should be ramping up whenever it's Halloween. We should be balling out when it's Halloween. I'm not even a Halloween fan, man. I watch Hubie Halloween on every Halloween. I'm not out here watching horror movies, but I understand the importance of Halloween for Dead by Daylight. It makes total sense, and it's just been absolutely garbanzo beans. I will say there are some things that are pretty cool. Okay, they added orange. You can see in the backdrop. I'll make sure to put it on behind our boy Demogorgon, which I'll close that. I think that looks really cool. I think they finally did something right and made it orange. Awesome. I think that is really about it. To be honest, man, it's pretty tough. I mean, Halloween should be your poster child. The holiday itself should be the poster child of your game, of Dead by Daylight. And for the second year in a row, and I'm trying to remember if 3 years ago it was also when the Void was introduced, or if that was last year, but it's been incredibly underwhelming. Like, I love Christmas, and I think the Christmas modes have been top notch, top tier, so much fun, but it shouldn't be outdoing your Halloween event for obvious reasons. Halloween is Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight is Halloween. You have so many Halloween centric killers licenses that you're just dropping the ball, and I think the cosmetics are mid. We barely have any of them. I will say there's a cute little pumpkin charm or whatever it is that's coming out with the blog posts or whatever, or you have to be subscribed to the newsletter, whatever it is pretty cute, man, I'll be honest, but that's not something to really move the needle for me, you know what I mean? Dead by Daylight's just in a tough spot, man. The current meta in Dead by Daylight is just rough, man. It's always been like, oh, okay, well, these people sweated against me, and I was trying to bring a gimmick build, so next game, I'm gonna bring a 3 slowdown and whatever perk, and then you dominate those guys, and then those guys who are just trying to play for fun. It's just an endless cycle. And I feel like right now, with the maps we're getting as killer, the meta currently in Dead by Daylight, the pallet density, which is one of the most unbelievable changes I've ever seen. I would almost want the anti whatever to come in rather than the pallet density. I think the pallet density and the PTB got overlooked, and I had concern about it, and I know other people had concern about it, but not everybody saw it. And then when it hit live, we were like, holy balls, dude. Trying to play any killer that's not like, when I'm playing an S tier killer, and I'm just gonna say Krasu because that's the one I'm actually pretty good at. I've been playing recently. I still struggle from time to time because not every pallet's playable when you're playing with Krasu because you have to scamper. But like, it's less of a sweat fest. If I try to play current Dead by Daylight on October 15th, 2025 with Demogorgon, which I did do a few days ago, like 4 or 5 days ago, it isn't like I'm sweating. I'm making sure my macro and micro are absolutely out of this world. I'm bringing crazy builds, no gimmick builds. Like, if I feel like if I, we're gonna click to my old boy Freddy. Oh wait, no, I can't. Oh, F and A. I was gonna show you my Freddy build that I would love to play right now. But if I try to run my Rapid Brutality, Brutal Strength, Surge, and batteries included, Nightmare build, I would get 4 outed with 2 hooks probably at the current moment. Like in the current like headspace of Dead by Daylight. It's absolutely miserable. I'm done ranting. It was just a ranting video. Dead by Daylight's been super tough to play, man. I've just been playing a lot of Counter-Strike because it's been tough, man. I'm sure you've noticed in the inconsistency of the lack of the uploads. I might hit a few in a row, I might not. It's just Dead by Daylight's in a tough spot, man. It's not like this is my full-blown job, so I think you still gotta have the love for it, and love's still obviously there. But if I have to scale it back a little bit because of the way the game's playing, just makes the most amount of sense. You know, got a kid, got a wife, got a job, second kid on the way. Like, there's so many things going on IRL. I'm not just gonna try to pump through content for a game I'm not enjoying. And right now, I will say the Halloween event, while it's not good, you know, I can actually go and play Survivor in this thing and have some fun because I think Survivor's pretty boring and like the general game mode, but being able to kick pumpkins, go into the void, do all that, I think it'll still be fun. And I think the Haunted by Daylight event queue will get me back into the game a little bit more for the rest of the month, really. But it's like, what after that? You know what I mean? Like, I think our next chapter update is it February? Is it January? I mean, it's a while from now, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like, we have a long way for content. I don't know. It's just, I'm done ranting. I promise. Leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Let me know what you think down below if you got this far. I doubt you did. All I did was ramble this entire video. What do you think of current landscape of Dead by Daylight? How are you feeling as a survivor or killer main? Let me know down below, and I will see you on the next one. Deuces.